And welcome everybody back with another episode of Grand Tactician, the Civil War, 1861 to 65. This is the Confederate campaign with the spring of 1861 start. We are playing on a very hard mode with a bonus to the AI of about plus 25. This is episode number 5, where we will play out the Battle of Cairo. Albert Sidney Johnston's army of Kentucky and Benjamin Muccolloch of the Western Confederate Western Army, and with the reinforcements of Zollicoffer, converge on the Union Western Department centered around Cairo. I hope you enjoy this episode of Grand Tactician, the Civil War. The Battle of Cairo. Our scouts report the enemy is near Cairo, Illinois, and our army is prepared for battle. We are facing the Department of the West under command of William S. Harney with strength of 16,000 men and 25 guns. The enemy is green and morale is reported to be eager. Reports indicate their supply situation is outstanding. The supply state of our army is outstanding. Signed, General Albert Sidney Johnston. Here are the list of objectives. Consolidated strength report. Aggregate last return 11,492 men. Eastern Railroad. We have occupied. Cody's Farm is occupied. Hunt's Ridge is also occupied. Wheeler's Crossroad taken by Johnston, which is facing the enemy right now. Jordan's Ridge, which it looks to be fortified by the Union, and Jordan's Ford Road. So we got these 3 objectives, and so it looks like we will probably just pin down the Union Army here on Jordan's Ridge. We've got divisions under Buckner, Donaldson, Pond Jr. You also have a small artillery reserve, about 13 guns, under Samuel Cooper. That is Johnston's army, about 10,000 strong. I mean, they're hard to call full armies at the moment, but they are their own separate commands. We're talking about corps size here, small corps sizes. The Western Army is 15,000 strong under Muccolloch. And we already have given them orders to march down to the stone wall and also take Big Creek Ridge here, which is, I wonder if there is any Union force here at the Big Creek Ridge, and these other objectives like O'Connell and Crawford's Mill. So we will start the battle here. Van Dorn's battalion, are they in range? Can they fire? You can see that 1st Brigade from the Union command, they look to be wavering already. Right, they are firing. Van Dorn's battalion, it says they are firing. Okay, finally here's some guns. That's actually coming from Alabama State Militia under John C. Pemberton and his guns, 14-pound James rifle guns. Some of our units are kind of wavering already as well, so the booming of the gun. Ooh, the Union is advancing off Jordan's Ridge. I guess they're coming downhill though against our position. Got Colonel Braxton Bragg. Actually, let's move them forward. I want to get them in position here, and Walker on the flanks. We should probably order our cavalry to dismount. Louisiana State Militia have found some cover here. So we're trying to put some pressure on the flank here with the 2 brigades under Daniel Donaldson. This gives us an opportunity here with Pond Jr.'s division maybe to move forward along the cover here of Jordan's Ridge. The Union force seems to be shifting along Jordan's Ridge. We're going to move up parts of Buckner's division here. Take cover along this fence. Let's see how the rest of the army is doing. You can see they're marching down the road. A long, proud run. So 1st Brigade from the Union Army of the West looks like drawing fire from the artillery. Their artillery is also in position. 1st Battery, 8 guns, firing off Jordan's Ridge, so they have a good position there. A lot of open terrain, good field of fire. Let's dismount our cavalry here. Looks like they're trying to flank our own position here. So let's take Colonel Maxey, and since they're going to give us the ridge, let's take it. So the Federals running right into our position here with Withers and Gregg finding cover among a fence. Texas State Militia fights off Lyle's detachment. We have to be careful here. We look like we might be a little bit vulnerable here between Anderson's cavalry and Pemberton's artillery. Only 773 cavalry troopers guarding against an attack by 1st Brigade, about 2,000 strong, and the Missouri Brigade, 2,100 strong. So we're going to wheel this cavalry unit under Bonham, about 700 men, to kind of help support the Donaldson's division. That seems to be the brunt of the Union attack. Now the problem here is Bragg and Walker does not have really good cover. The Louisiana State Troopers do have some good cover. Might have to order them to fall back. Let's deploy some skirmishers from Bragg's unit and see if we can't have him fall back. 1st Brigade is like charging right into Bragg. So hand-to-hand fighting between Bragg's unit and 1st Brigade. I'm going to order Texas State Militia to fall back as well. Oh, they drove off Bragg. He's able to recover. Nice job. 1st Brigade looks like they disintegrated. Texas State Militia trying to fall back. They were trying to get into a flanking position themselves and ran right into the Union main attack. We have a flanking opportunity by 2nd Confederate State Infantry, Pond Junior's Division of the Army of Kentucky. We should probably check and see what the rest of our army is doing. Here's the zoomed out view. Let's move Gracie into a position here. Don't see any other Union forces on the map. So Johnston having to do most of the fighting on his own for the first hour and a half. As reinforcements are arriving, though, reinforcements will be here. They just need to hold this line. Fall back a little bit more. Bragg a little bit nervous now. Driving back the Missouri Brigade, though. They're coming under heavy fire from the Alabama State Artillery. Right, looks like Bragg found a little bit of cover here. Texas State Militia holding the ground, lost 248 men. Bragg's losses are only 40 men. But he only has a little under 1,000 troops. So he's outnumbered, greatly outnumbered. The Alabama State Artillery and Louisiana State Cavalry troopers have held their position. Very aggressive fighting, though, by the Federals. I thought they would take a much more defensive stance on Jordan's Ridge. So Maxey's men have the 1st Brigade on the flank, and they're taking heavy casualties. Let's push forward with the 1st Confederate State Infantry under Gracie. Even though Bragg is kind of wavering here, he's holding his ground. Walker's Texas men are taking the brunt of it, though. But he's holding really firm. He's very confident. He feels very well. Very happy with his position. Feels like he can hold it. The Missouri Brigade is... looks like they are retreating off the field. 1st Brigade of the Department of the West is now fleeing. Looks like they are buckling under the pressure. So Walker's men, 384 losses reported. They are dealing out some damage to 3rd Brigade. It is 10 a.m. battlefield time. Let's take a look at how our reinforcements are doing. Let's watch Koch's division marching to the sound of guns. It does look like we've got Mansfield in a pickle of a situation. Johnston riding up now to get a closer look at the situation. A lion is broken. Bragg has recovered some. He is now stable under the protection of the Texas State Militia under Walker. Walker's taking he's taking a punishment though. He's still confident. Colonel William Walker and his Texas Rangers. We get let's move Anderson out of their comfy position and support Walker here. He's doing all the main fighting. Looks like 1st Brigade, looks like the Union troops are falling back. They're falling back though. At least they are falling back to the ridgeline though, so they have a good position. Surprised that they were going to attack so aggressively. Let's make an attack for this battery. So Withers comes out from their sheltered position. You gotta be careful, they might get flanked by this artillery fire. Maxie's going to try to take out 1st Battery. The Confederates are currently at a minor victory here. We hear a lull in the battle. Oh, Walker finally broken. Alright, Bragg's ready to step in now. Walker, there's nothing to be ashamed about. You did well. Walker will try to rally. Ooh, Georgia State Militia is broken too. Kind of hard to see exactly, but I feel like maybe how good is that terrain that they are on? Are they that much uphill? Supported commander. Friendly cavalry is close. That gives a little bit of bonus. Routed units nearby, which that doesn't help the morale of Withers' men. I don't know if it's this artillery that's been pretty devastating to our units here. Alright, Bragg has driven off 3rd Brigade. Oh, he's in pursuit. Let's try to halt them. So right now the Union guns on their right flank are causing some havoc on the Confederate lines. How's Koch's division coming? Have they even reached the stone wall? No, they haven't. So you got DeRosey, Slack, and Longstreet trying to march. Actually, let's try to get them over here. Longstreet has about almost 3,000 men under his command. We'll be able to flank this Jordan Ridge position. First Confederate infantry under heavy fire. Are they being flanked by this artillery right here? Let's turn them. Okay, so by turning them, they don't get the flank modifier. See if we can't dislodge this. 2nd Brigade's holding the line. They're the key to the rest of this position, I feel. Let's move up these troopers into position where they can actually fire on 2nd Brigade. Ooh, Bonham is wounded in action. Right away he's wounded. Gracie's still confident. Maxie's determined. Heavy fighting right here at Jordan's Ridge. Let's see, Johnston has suffered 1,700 casualties. It's quite a bit. See if Johnston can't rally some of these troops here. Second Brigade from 1st Division of the Department of the West looking to confront Bragg's small contingent, supported by Anderson's Louisiana State Militia. Finally, Withers is finally broken. We still have the minor victory, but a lot of our troops are starting to break ranks. We're finally pushing out that 1st battery. 1st battery's finally breaking and retreating. The enemy is retreating, so that did it. So although we were facing some heavy casualties ourselves, it looks like the Federals were taking on more, and they must see the reinforcing units coming. Be nice to kind of get in around here. If we had those reinforcements here a little bit closer, we could pursue a little bit more. Maybe we can try to take these guns. We got 2nd Brigade trying to perform a rearguard action. And they're paying the price. Ooh, they've taken 1,100 casualties. 2nd Brigade, 3rd Division, Department of the West. Gracie's brigade trying to take out this first battery. And it looks like they're doing a good job of it. Let's see if we can charge those guns. Take those guns. So Gracie looking to charge and take this battery. And they're doing a good job of it. Third Division has suffered 2,000 casualties from our estimates, and the Union Army is falling back. Major victory, Battle of Cairo. So we managed to deal a heavy blow to the Department of the West under William Harney. 5,300 men lost. 2,000 men on our side, though, at a heavy price. That's not a small number. Here's the aftermath of the battlefield. You can see DeRosie had made it across the creek here at the Jordan's Ford Road. By the time they finally ended the battle, you can see all the blue coats on the battlefield, the carnage that was the Battle of Cairo. This is probably the first major conflict of the war. And it's a major, it's only a minor victory according to the victory bar. Oh, here's the tooltip too. Own casualties, 1944 of 25,000 versus 5,100 from their 17,000. So 29, almost 30% casualties versus our 7%. To gain a major victory, you need to inflict more than 33% casualty. Oh, wow. A major victory reduces the enemy's readiness and supplies dramatically. The public would be pleased hearing about a victory like this, preserving unanimous support. The names of the commanders involved would surely be on lips of everyone on the home front. Conservative victory points, 49.8 for morale, minus 6.3 because of routes, and minus 1.9 for losses. Federal victory points, 3 for the objectives, 18 for morale. So you can see not securing the objectives, plus their decision to retreat, and when they did, I think, secured the minor victory. They were able to kind of score a tactical withdrawal and retreat in decent condition, plus they did rout some of our units that probably saved them from a major loss. So it's actually Johnston's inability to capture the entire army. Now, I don't know where the Union Army is going to go, though. Our losses amount up to 1944. The enemy believed to have lost 5,300 men. Enemy's national morale drops by 1%, while our military experience rises by 1.2. Here's the newspaper. Narrow victory. It wasn't narrow. Even though it's a minor victory, it wasn't a narrow victory. Department of the West fleeing in panic. That's true. Colonel Andrews loses face. Support for the Yankee cause wavers. Correspondence from the reports in the field. Even though it was a narrow victory, the Battle of Cairo has ended with the Department of the West retreating in panic. So narrow was it that the Department of the West is running away. My command has earned us a total victory with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered. We've already gone through the casualties. It's 68 guns. battle raged for some 12 hours with a total casualties numbering 7,500. General Johnston's Confederates won a victory, whipping the Yankees thoroughly, leaving a substantial amount of weapons behind. Our troops reported to capture some 2,100 Federals. We captured 2,100. Sources from the Union side report the public unmoved by the recent events. Many are waiting anxiously for more news from the front. And this will conclude episode number 5 of the Grand Tactician Confederate campaign. I will see you in the next one.